What's going on, YouTube family? Welcome to another video with yours truly, your personal brand business strategist, Markeith Brayton, where we're all about helping career professionals to build a profitable personal brand that replaces their corporate income so that they can live the life that they crave. Today, we have a great topic for you, a topic that really changed my life, especially after my job layoff. And if you haven't watched that video as I share my story on being laid off my job and how personal branding was a major tool to me creating my own business, you need to go back and watch that video. Today, I want to talk to you about 5 steps to creating a strong personal brand. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you'll know that personal branding is a great topic that I love to speak about because it is one of those things that many people fail to realize that they have. Whether you have been intentional about it or not, we all have a personal brand. And some may be asking themselves, well, what really is a personal brand? And I like to say a personal brand is what people have to say about you when you're not in the room. A personal brand is your reputation or the perception that others have of you based on how you have interacted with them. There's a great quote that Maya Angelou has shared many times when being interviewed, and she says that people don't remember what it is that you say or what it is that you do, but they do remember how you made them feel. Your personal brand carries with it a feeling. Your personal brand carries with it some type of energy that people interact with. And whether you believe it or not, you have a personal brand. And today, I want to talk to you about how to be more intentional around creating a strong personal brand, a personal brand that makes impact, a personal brand that creates influence, a personal brand that creates income for you so that you can live the life that you truly desire to live. But if you want your personal brand to do all of those things, then you have to be intentional about it. And today I just want to give you 5 steps that's going to help you to create a strong personal brand as we really prepare to move into another year. We're getting close to the end of one year and getting ready for a new year. So this is a great time to talk about how to take the right steps to creating a strong personal brand. Let's hop right on into these 5 steps because I don't want to keep you long today. So step number 1 is that you have to know your core values. As you are thinking about your personal brand and being more intentional around it, ask yourself, what are your values that you carry with you every single day? I believe that if you're going to be intentional about creating a profitable personal brand, you've got to know your values. For example, one of my core values is authenticity, that I want to represent myself in the most authentic way, whether I'm on video, whether you meet me in person, whether I am sharing on social media images or videos, or if you hear me speaking on a stage, I want to be authentic to who I am. Authenticity is a core value. Integrity is a core value of mine. I am who I say that I am. I believe in the things that I believe in, and I'm going to show up in that manner. And if I say it, I will do it. So integrity is a value of mine. So you really want to understand what the values are for your personal brand. What are those core values that you have? You want to make sure that you sit down and list them out so that you understand who you are and how you are displaying those values to others. Because as people are encountering you each and every day, they should experience your values. They should experience who you are. One of the things that I've always enjoyed hearing from other people is that they always share with me that, Markeith, no matter what type of content you seem to share, it always seems to be done in excellence. excellence is a value of mine. Now, I am a recovering perfectionist, and I used to tell people all the time that I don't strive to be perfect, but I do strive to do things in excellence. And what that simply means to me is that I'm going to give my 110% to make sure that whatever I'm doing is representative of the brand Markeith Brayton, and you should do the same. So understand what your core values are as it pertains to your brand and how you carry that out each and every day. Step number 2 is that you want to be clear and consistent. CC. You want to be clear and consistent. What is it that you need to be clear on? You want to be clear on how you provide value to others. Now, I learned this as my value proposition, which is something that I stated at the very beginning. So part of my personal brand is that I want to help career professionals similar to what I was when I was working my full-time job. I want to help them to create or build a profitable personal brand that replaces their corporate income so they can live the life that they crave and whatever that might mean to them. And so what I'm sharing with you is what's called a value proposition statement. And I learned this from one of my coaches many years ago. And he gave us these 3 questions to answer in the value proposition statement. I think it's 3, it might be 4. So let's go through it real quick. Question number 1, or that you want to fill in the blank, is I am. So I am a personal brand business strategist. I help corporate career professionals to do what? To build a profitable personal brand that replaces their corporate income so they can live the life that they crave. So that's 4. So you want to answer those 4 questions. I am, I help, to do, so they can. Let me share that with you one more time. I am, I help, to do, so they can. I'm going to share my value proposition with you one more time. I am Markeith Brayton, personal brand business strategist. I help corporate professionals or career professionals to build a profitable personal brand that replaces their corporate income so they can live the life that they crave. You want to be able to answer that question in a very concise way. So that's the first part. You want to be clear on how you help people, how you provide value, and then you want to be consistent. What do I mean by being consistent? You want to be consistent in what it is that you create. You want to be consistent on how you show up. You want to be consistent on being the best of you that you possibly can be. Consistency is key because when you are wanting to transition into your own business as a coach, speaker, consultant, you want to make sure that you're building trust. And the only way that we really build trust in this age that we're in or in this era that we're in is through consistency. One of the ways that I was able to build consistency, especially with my content creation, is through podcasting. So I would upload a podcast or record a podcast every single week and upload that to my podcast platform. Now, here recently, I'm shifting that to YouTube to build more consistency and to build trust. But I'm also staying true to one of my values, and that is that I said that I was going to record a brand new YouTube episode each and every week to be uploaded on Sundays. And so now I have to stay true to my word because integrity is a value of mine, but then that also helps me to stay consistent. So you want to make sure that if you're going to build a strong personal brand, that you're clear on what it is that you're offering and how you provide value, and that you're consistent in showing up, doing what it is that you say you were going to do, providing the value that you say that you can provide, and helping the people that you say that you want to help. Step number 3, you want to make sure that you choose the right platforms that are in alignment with how you want to show up or in alignment with the type of content that you want to create. So as we are in this age of social media, I know that sometimes many people may think that they have to be on every single platform. And that can be a strategy for some. I'm actually on multiple platforms, but I really like to recommend to my clients as they are getting started, making the transition from corporate to entrepreneurship, is to choose their top 2 platforms. Now, how do you choose those platforms? You choose those platforms based on what is in alignment with your gifts. That's in alignment with what your skill set is. For example, I chose podcasting as a platform for my brand because I love to speak. I love to teach, and I'm not shy when it comes to video. So I decided to create a video podcast instead of just doing audio. Another platform is yours truly, who is sitting right in front of you on YouTube. I love creating video. Video to me is the number one way to create content because you can easily create multiple types of content from recording just one video. But it may not be your thing. Blogging may be your thing where you like to write, or writing a book may be your thing, but you have to figure out, okay, what will be the way that I'm going to market that book? How am I going to get people to know that the book even exists? So you want to choose the best platforms that will help you to get your message out, that will help you to be seen, be heard, so that you can get paid. And only you know which platforms that are. If you're a photographer, that might mean Instagram. If you are someone who loves to dance, that may mean TikTok, even though TikTok is transitioning and it's not so much about dancing. It has become more about you being able to build your influence by providing the value, as we just talked about, to people who want what it is that you have to offer. But you've got to make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself by trying to be on so many different platforms, especially when you're first getting started. As you grow and as your business grows, then I think that you do want to stretch out or expand and become more visible on other platforms. But starting out, I would choose the 2 best platforms that's in alignment with your skill set and with how you want to market yourself. Step number 4, we kind of hinted at it in step number 2, and that is you've got to know your audience. Who are you speaking to? That's why I started the video off with who I was speaking to, career or corporate professionals. These people have a desire to transition from their job into entrepreneurship as a consultant, as a speaker, as a coach, as someone who provides training. They're wanting to leverage their knowledge and their skills as a business. So you want to be clear on your audience. I'll never forget, I heard this quote, I think it was from Brian Tracy, and he said that he who chases multiple rabbits catches none. I'm going to say that again. He who chases multiple rabbits ultimately catches none. I also heard it said this way: he who tries, or she who tries to serve everyone ultimately serves no one. And so this is really getting into niching or identifying who your target audience is. Every business has a target audience. And if you're going to build a strong personal brand, you've got to identify who is your message for. Who is your product or service for? Who does it help most? Whose pain are you trying to eliminate? You are the Tylenol. You are the aspirin to somebody's headache. But you've got to identify who that is. And the reason why I chose career professionals is because I was a career professional. I was that professional who had a job. I was highly educated. I did all the things that my mother and family had taught me to do. But I realized as I was climbing that corporate ladder that I was leaning against the wrong wall. I was unfulfilled. I knew that there was more to life than what I was doing in my job. And I had to figure out a way, how do I do the things that I truly love? How do I leverage the skills, the talents, and the gifts that I have to create opportunity for myself? And here I am 10 years, almost 9 years later, after being laid off in 2014, striving and thriving, doing the thing that I love as a speaker, as a coach, as a consultant, and doing things that truly help bring value to my life as I bring value to others. So you want to identify who that target audience is. Now, there are some times where people will want to opt into your target audience. You may not be specifically speaking to them, but they're seeing what it is that you're doing and they love what it is that you're doing. And so they opt into being your target audience. But you want to be very clear on who you're speaking to. Who is your message for? You are the Tylenol or the aspirin to somebody's painful headache. Step number 5 to creating a strong personal brand is near and dear to my heart, and that is always be on purpose. I'll never forget this quote that I learned from the late Dr. Miles Monroe. It's a quote that I have held on to for a long time. And I share this quote every time I do a speaking engagement or if I'm doing a podcast, and I'll share something at the end. And he said this, he said that the greatest tragedy in life is to be successful at the wrong assignment. So if you're going to build a strong personal brand, I really firmly believe you got to know your purpose. You got to know that you know that you know that you exist for a specific purpose and that you're serving that purpose each and every day. That there will be moments where things try to get you off your purpose or get you outside of what it is that you know you're called to do. But because you know your purpose, you always find your way back to that center lane. You've got to know your purpose. There's going to be so many other things that people try to tell you you need to do. But when you know your purpose, you know how to be selective that will help you to accomplish the thing that you're called to do. We all have something significant to offer to a particular group of people who is your target audience that serves a specific purpose. And I know for a fact that I'm called to those individuals who they're working their job. They have created success in their careers, but they know that there's more to life than what they're currently doing. And they're not sure, how do I make the leap? How do I let go of the thing that is so unfulfilling to me right now that I can thrive in something that I truly love doing on my own as a consultant, coach, speaker, trainer? I know I'm called to serve that purpose, to empower, to enrich, to teach, and to uplift individuals who are ready to make the shift, ready to make the transition. That's what I'm called to do. What is it that you're called to do? What is it that you are supposed to be doing in the earth? There's something that you're called to do in the marketplace. There are people who you're called to serve. And without you being on purpose and being in place, they are missing out on you as the gift. So be sure to always be true to your purpose. Be authentic to who God created you to be. Because what I know for sure is that if you're going to build a strong personal brand in the new year, you've got to know your purpose and you've got to be true to your purpose as you're moving forward to creating that strong personal brand. So there you go, 5 steps to creating a strong personal brand. And if you love today's video and you enjoy these types of tips, be sure to subscribe to the channel But also, I want to invite you to join my Maximize Your Brand community where you can get my weekly newsletter as well as be aware of all the new things that are coming to be able to serve you if you are that corporate career professional who is ready to transition into entrepreneurship as a thought leader, a speaker, a coach, or a consultant, leveraging your personal brand. Be sure to join the community by clicking the link that I provide in the description. And all you have to do is join there and you'll get my newsletter each and every week and you'll be a part of the Maximize Your Brand community. I also have a podcast called Maximize Your Brand with Markeith Braden, which has its own YouTube channel. And I'll be sure to share that in the description as well. So I just thank you for joining me again this week for this video. Be sure to leave some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about today's video and let me know some of the things that you're going to be doing in order to create your strong personal brand moving forward. But until next time, just remember this: always shoot for the top because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. Take care.